you guys are so funny. No.
Blind? My children will never see again. The millionaire's anguished cry echoed through his mansion. His twin children sat quietly in the corner, their eyes clouded, their little hands reaching for comfort in the dark. Doctors had given up. Hope was gone. Until one day, a maid walked in. A woman overlooked, underestimated, yet carrying a gift that would change everything. The mansion was filled with silence. Not the peaceful silence of rest, but the heavy silence of despair. The twins, no older than 8, sat side by side, their small fingers tracing shapes across the air, searching for a world they could not see. Once full of laughter, the halls now echoed with sorrow. The millionaire, Robert, had spared no expense. He summoned the best doctors, specialists from across the world, each one arriving with promises, each one leaving with shaking heads. "There's nothing more to be done," they said. And each time, Robert's heart cracked further. He was a man who had conquered markets, commanded companies, built empires, yet he was powerless to heal his children. That was when she arrived. Her name was Grace. She came as a maid, hired quietly by the house staff. She was young, with skin that glowed like polished ebony and eyes that carried both pain and warmth. Many dismissed her. Just another maid. She worked silently, moving through the mansion like a shadow, unnoticed, uncelebrated. But Grace carried a secret. Back in her small village, before poverty forced her across the ocean, she had been raised by her grandmother, a healer, a woman who knew herbs, touch, rhythm, and the deep power of patience. Grace had watched her grandmother ease fevers, calm storms of pain, and help children who struggled to see by training their other senses first. Grace herself had no medical degree, no title, no prestige, only knowledge passed down through love. One evening, when she saw the twins stumbling in the garden, she knelt beside them. Her voice was soft, steady. "Would you like to play a game?" They hesitated. Then not a dot Grace placed smooth stones in their palms. "Feel these," she whispered. "One is round, one is sharp. Tell me which is which." The children giggled, fumbling at first, then learning quickly. Day after day, she returned with new games, bells to follow with their ears, scents of flowers to guess with their noses, textures to describe with their fingers. The millionaire noticed the laughter returning, faint but growing. He watched. From a distance, as his children smiled again, their heads tilted, their hands steady. Grace never boasted, never explained. She simply gave her time, her patience, her presence, but there was more. Quietly, Grace began to teach them to see differently. She guided them in tracing letters carved from wood and following sunlight across their cheeks, in focusing on faint changes in light and shadow. The children's eyes began to respond ever so slightly. One morning, as the twins played with a bell ball in the garden, one of them gasped, I saw it. Just a little flash." The words struck like lightning. The staff froze. The millionaire dropped his papers. His heart hammered as he rushed outside. His child's eyes, once clouded, now glimmered faintly with recognition. Grace stood behind them, her hands resting gently on their shoulders, her expression calm, humble. She knew this was only the beginning. Weeks turned into months. The children improved slowly, steadily, with Grace guiding them every step. Doctors returned, bewildered. "Impossible," they muttered. But the evidence was undeniable. The twins were regaining their sight. Finally, the millionaire confronted her. His voice trembled, not with arrogance this time, but with awe. "How did you do this? Why? Why would you give us this?" Grace's eyes softened. She spoke quietly, because sight is not only in the eyes. Sometimes it begins in the heart. "I only helped them believe again." Tears welled in Robert's eyes. A man of wealth, power, and pride now stood humbled before a maid. The day the twins finally saw their father's face clearly, They ran into his arms, laughing, shouting, "Daddy, we see you!" And behind them stood Grace, the woman who had been invisible in the mansion, now unforgettable. Hope does not always come from wealth, titles, or prestige. Sometimes it comes quietly from those the world overlooks. Grace's story reminds us that dignity, love, and patience can heal wounds no money can. Wherever you are watching from, share your thoughts below. Have you ever witnessed a moment where someone underestimated became the source of a miracle? Leave a comment and subscribe for more cinematic stories that honor the silent heroes among us.